All right, it's Maddie from Maine, and just a quick rant here. Uh, well, not a rant because I was expecting it. Uh, I had gotten back on Facebook with the intent of luring people away to the decentralized networks, but to do that, I needed to prove to people that Facebook sucks. So I intentionally put posts up that would get banned and get me put into what we call Facebook jail. But no matter how hard I tried, it was like they knew I was up to something. Until today, what ended up happening was someone had posted a video of a bunch of youths, and these youths were beating up a mother and her son pretty bad. So in the comments, without even thinking, I simply placed one sentence. And the sentence said this, and I quote, "Nothing a baseball bat upside the head can't cure." That's it. Nothing else, nothing racial, no cursing, no nothing. And who wouldn't, who would disagree that a bunch of animals beating the fuck out of a mother and her son are not deserving of? I mean, who would disagree that these people need a baseball bat upside the head? I mean, they're just evil bastards. But that's all the sentence said. It just said nothing a baseball bat upside the head couldn't cure. Next thing you know, try to log in, can't do it. Can't post, can't use Messenger, can't do anything Facebook related, can't use any related apps or apps that I use to log in with. So they proved my point. So I quickly took screenshots of the debacle, and hopefully, if you have any evidence of Facebook censorship, I want you to take screenshots, send them to me. I want to compile lists. I want to get a list of people, because, like I said, if you're right of mouse a tongue, if you have any normalcy in you at all, you're going to be frowned upon. Facebook is basically siding with the goons in this one. They're like, "Oh, how dare you say these youths need a baseball bat upside the head? They're animals. They were beating up a mother and a child." But this is typical liberalism. Liberalism is inverted logic. They live in backwards land. So anything that's evil is good. Anything that's good is evil. They love projection. They will always accuse you of that which they themselves are doing. A good case in point was during a free speech forum. I forget the speaker. The speaker himself was gay, and I believe married to this other gentleman. At any rate, during the free speech rally, the liberals were shouting him down and trying to just shut him up during a free speech rally. Now, here the liberals are always talking about tolerance, so they said that he was a homophobe. How can a homosexual man be a homophobe? Please explain that to me. Even after he got done telling them that he himself was homosexual, they're screaming homophobe, 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 Black Lives Matter, and they just kept chanting the same shit over with the glassed over eyes and just expressionless faces, just robotically chanting the same shit. This is what liberalism is. There's nothing here. There's zombies. And I know Alex Jones kind of was talking about the alternative, or what we in the community or others call alt tech, these decentralized platforms, and that it's wrong to get off of the more accepted traditional platforms, because then it's like they won. It creates an echo chamber, blah, blah, blah. But you can't educate a zombie. Anyone that remains on these platforms thinking that somehow you're going to open someone's eyes and teach them and educate them, you cannot teach a zombie. A zombie, there's nothing inside. It's just rotting flesh, ambling about, causing destruction and mayhem. That's all a zombie does. And that's why the zombie genre of films is sort of libertarian because it uses zombies as a metaphor for liberals. That's why you will often hear liberals being referred to by the right, the libertarians, and the right-leaning anarchists as zombies, because that's what they are. They're mindless beings that feed off of others. End of story. That's what socialism is. So, and don't think for a minute that they want you there. They do not. They are like the cool kids. There was a song that, it reminds me of a song put out by, I think it was Screeching Weasel, called the Cool Kids. There's a real cool club on the other side of town where the real cool kids go to gather around and talk bad about the other kids. Well, that's what it is. It's just like being in fucking high school. You got the really cool bunch of kids, and you're like that dork, the ladies are like the dorks with the dorky girl with the big boobs and the glasses and the turtleneck sweater like Velma from freaking Scooby-Doo. And you're going, hi, guys. And the guys are like the skinny, noodly-armed guys trying to get in with the jocks. They're never going to accept you. Never. So it's like, and they're going to ban shit that you would think is so innocuous, so fluff. It's like, oh, this shouldn't get banned. It's like winning the lottery. Except they're giving out prizes every second, and the prize is you get to be banned off of their shitty platform. So you have Facebook, which owns Instagram, Google, which owns YouTube, and Twitter. So you have three companies that control 90% of the shit that you see on the internet. And they all lean left. There's the bias on the internet is so fucking bad. So the free market to the rescue. Along comes the alt tech, and anything with alt. The left loves to pen that alt because it demonizes you. They also, the other thing they like to do is, like, if you call yourself a journalist, when they'll put that in quotes, because quotes is like supposed to be sarcastic. Oh, this guy considers himself a journalist. And then projection is another thing that they do. But I'm getting back to let me recenter myself here. I'm here to talk about decentralized networks, or the blockchain networks, or the alt tech. When you get on these platforms, you cannot be censored, period. Anything you put on these platforms is there in perpetuity for all eternity. It's not going anywhere. Even if you delete it, or which you can't really do, or edit it, if you edit your post, it just becomes a version 2. In the blockchain, what happens is you post information. The first thing that you post is the Genesis block. Then it gets a hash to it, which verifies that that's real. It goes to peer review, and people say, yes, this is what it claims to be. And then subsequent blocks are built on top of that block with the hash following along with it. So it can't be altered. It can't be deleted. It can't be blocked. It's on multiple nodes. You can't get rid of it. Your speech is there. And the liberals, I'm reading the they're scared. Like Wired magazine, which is a leftist magazine. I think The Guardian, or I forget what the other one is. There's a few tech magazines. They're starting to pick up on it. And they go, oh, the alt-right, they talk about Gab. Gab is not a decentralized platform. And let me get into Gab real quick. Gab was the first thing that people on the right started to jump to during the Twitter lockout, during the Project Veritas exposure of the shadow banning being done on YouTube, the Google bias where they skew the results, the demonetization on all platforms, the Facebook jailing. They started to migrate to Gab. The problem with Gab is it's not on the blockchain. It's not a decentralized network, and there's no incentivization to go there other than free speech. And the left has already demonized the shit out of it to where it's got the reputation of being a safe haven for Nazis and all kinds of ne'er-do-wells. So that's not the answer. Plus, on top of that, being a centralized network, anywhere in the chain on a centralized network, someone can step in to censor you. Either the owner of the server that it's on can block you, the corporations that sponsor the server or the company that's putting out this information can block you by withdrawing funds. They can demonetize you, make it unprofitable. You're losing money. You stop. Lawsuits is another way of doing it, suing you out of existence. And in Gab's case, there was one guy that posted something, and Gab got into a shit ton of trouble for it because they removed the post. And what ended up happening was the domain name registrar was going to deregister the name. So they were going to take Gab.ai away from them, so you can't find them on it. Is so you have your name goes to the registry. You have a dynamic name server which says, okay, person X is looking for this address and points it there. Whereas a decentralized network, there's nothing to register. There's multiple nodes. There's no chain. There's no chain of existence. On a centralized network, there's so many links that can be chopped away out. It's just a matter of finding which link is the weakest. If you can't get it at this link, you get it to the next. With a decentralized network, there's no links because everything's scattered all over the place. There's nothing to go after, and there's copies of everything everywhere. So to answer the censorship, we now have in our possession platforms like DTube. DTube kind of sucks. It was written by one guy in an afternoon. It's great. It's perfectly decentralized. It exists on the blockchain and on the IPFS. I think it's an interplanetary file system, which is a shared node. It's like basically like a torrent style kind of thing. So that was there. BitChute is out there. Now, BitChute I find to be better than DTube. BitChute is a torrent style way of sharing. It's decentralized. You're not going anywhere on BitChute. Once you post something, it's there. And that's where this video is going to go. I prefer it over DTube. Minds is a great Facebook clone. They do have their own internal video, but it's limited to 5 minutes. This video is already 12 minutes. I'm over the 5. Can't use their internal, so I have to use BitChute. Let's see what else is out there. You're looking for like a Twitter clone or Instagram clone. There's Sola AI. They've got the app and the website. Steemit, the Steemit platform, which DTube is on. Excellent. If you're into the cryptocurrency end of it, and you want to make some coin for your posts, and when you're showing your cat videos and your pictures of your breakfast, and you want to make a few cents here and there, that's a great way to do it. So that brings me to the next point: incentivization. There's nothing to incentivize people to go over to Gab other than the free speech. But on these other networks, they pay you. Now, Zuckerberg, your information is on the average worth $350. Multiply that by 2 billion people on the planet that are currently using Facebook, and you do the math as to how much money this company is making. And they could do whatever they want. Non-users, you think you're immune from having your data harvested and your information, even your most intimate, down and dirty shit you wouldn't want anyone to see on a bet kind of stuff, that's going to them. They're harvesting that data. Anything like you're sexting your girlfriend on Messenger, thinking that it's not going anywhere. Believe me, those texts are going somewhere. Pictures of your dick are flying around the internet. You don't know it. And you're doing the Anthony Weiner thing, taking pictures. They're seeing it and they're selling it. So there's nothing private about these platforms. Nothing. And then on top of that, they're censoring you because they disagree. It's like, he said that these urban youths that were beating up this mother and child should have a baseball bat up. So how evil, how wrong, So let's ban them for 24 hours. They proved my point. They didn't grab the other ones. The other ones were pretty bad. I'm surprised because I intentionally was trying to get blocked, and they disregarded those probably because I was daring them, basically. But the innocuous one, the one that where everyone would go, yeah, I think he's right on that one. That's the one that gets that's the one that gets deleted and gets me blocked. So anyway, I'm off of Facebook for 24 hours. Whoop-de-doo! Because the only reason I came back after my 3-month stint off of it was to get people off of Facebook. That's all. That's the only reason I'm on the mainstream networks at all, is to get them off of Facebook. So anyway, I'm rambling now, and in 24 hours I'll be back on Facebook doing it again, just trying to get people to realize, hey, when in the days of MySpace, people didn't want to migrate to Facebook either, but eventually Facebook became the go-to thing. Now you have this new technology. You don't have to deal with this shit anymore, people. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to be made to feel inferior and like garbage because you're being censored. Your content, your intellectual property is being stolen, and you're going to get paid. Some of these platforms pay you. I mean, I don't know what else I have to do to convince you to switch. Do I have to get naked? I don't know. Whatever I have to do, tell me. Please, God damn it, tell me what I have to do to get you off of fucking Facebook. Because you don't belong there. And you're helping propagate the evil by using it. You are actually, the end user on Facebook is just as culpable of evil as Zuckerberg, who, by the way, has been sitting for the past month in front of Congress and the European Union being grilled for the shit that he's doing. So be sure to check out those videos. Please be sure to check out Project Veritas, where they go into YouTube and, we're just silly liberals working at YouTube. Hey, why don't you reveal your deepest, darkest secrets? Oh, yeah, we're going to ban the shitty people and the rednecks. So, yeah, there's that. And, how do you do that? We're going to shadow ban them and demonetize them. Well, what's a shadow ban? A shadow ban is what we used to use on the Nigerian scammers, and basically they can interact with their page and do post stuff and do things, and as far as they're concerned, stuff's going online, but no one really sees it because it's jailed. It's not searchable. No one else can find it unless they specifically know where you are and we're looking for that content. But no one's gonna see you. Ha 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 ha. We're so superior. Ha 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 ha. So make sure you check out Project Veritas, James O'Keefe on YouTube for that video. Twitter's been locking people out. Do you really need this? Seriously, what are you doing? What are you really doing on these platforms? It's so important that you feel that you can't jump ship to a platform that's going to pay you and leave you alone so you can talk to your friends and family. What do you gain? What do you gain? I mean, all you're doing is posting pictures. Here's a chick in a bikini. Oh, here's a cat. Oh, here's the pizza pie I was eating. That's all you're doing anyway. But as soon as you say that one little innocuous thing that just rubs that liberal mod or just triggers something on the algorithm the wrong way, whether it's the mods or the algorithm, somewhere along the way, you're going to piss one of those two things off. And next thing you know, you're like me in Facebook jail. So, anyway, I hope this video convinces some of you. I am going to keep hammering this. I'm going to keep hammering this until everyone is on decentralized networks on the blockchain. You've got, I started with Sola. That's a great platform, beautiful platform. Not as functional as the other ones, but it's cute. It's like Instagram and those and Twitter. You've got Steemit, which is constantly being tweaked, constantly more platforms are being built on top of that platform, like DTube. DTube still kind of sucks. I'm sorry, I don't want to say that, but I got to be honest here. I mean, I'm getting unknown errors. I half the time I can't get my videos up on DTube. So I specifically use BitChute most of the time. But my favorite right now, my ultimate favorite, is gotta be Minds, hands down. It's so shit simple. Your grandmother could use it. You could just go on and shit just works, and that's what people want. They want shit to just work. Go in. If you don't care about earning cryptocurrency, which you're gonna make anyway. They got a token system. I haven't quite figured out yet, but Steemit is the one if you want to make cryptocurrency that's actually worth something. And some people are making fantastic coin. I've heard stories of people making like $15,000 in a day. Then there's other people that make like pennies in a month. So it depends, if people like your content or not. Me, I'm just some fat bastard from Maine. I'm not that interesting, but I do have a message, and hopefully people will heed it. Get off of the centralized networks. You don't need this shit anymore. We have better stuff, and it works. And it pays you for your time because your intellectual property is worth something. If it wasn't, Zuckerberg wouldn't be flying around the world and living in mansions and owning God knows what he owns, but basically half the planet. So get off of the centralized networks is my message. Get onto the decentralized networks, and you'll be thanking me for it later. Check out Steemit. Check out Minds. Minds is my favorite. And check out Sola. There's more. There's one called Mastodon, where it's software that runs on your own computer. I don't like to talk about that one too much because it's just too technical and it's not for the average user. I'm shooting for something that Joe Blow and his grandmother could use because it's got to be shit simple, and Minds is shit simple. You can just go on there and start running exactly it. They've even got their own messenger, and their messenger is encrypted, so no one's watching what you type back and forth when you start sexting your girlfriend. All right. So anyway, that's my rant. I'm done. Already 22 minutes too long into this video, but I hope this helps somebody. I hope a few of you check it out. Like I said, go to minds.com. That's my recommendation. Get off Facebook. Get off of centralized media. Get onto decentralized networks. Get onto the alt tech. All tech for the win, baby. Catch you later. Bye-bye.